All right, you guys, and welcome. It's beautiful Thursday here in sunny California. And I wanted to talk to you guys today because I normally pick my topics based on things people might DM me or email me or text me and say, hey, David, can you talk about this? And I go, yeah, sure. And then, of course, I sprinkle some stuff in there that I just want to talk about because that's the beauty of social media. And of course, us having a television network, we can do it there too. But I want to talk to you guys about something as we prepare for the Leadership Experience Tour in Troy, Michigan, with Sean Fair and his phenomenal group of speakers. This will be our fifth, sixth year. I'm not sure, fifth or sixth year actually doing the tour with the media network partners. So we go there, we broadcast it a couple of times. They just sent the signal. We push it out to the network. But we always love being in the building. So we're going to be doing that. That starts actually on the. We actually get there on the 19th. It starts on the 21st, and goes to the 23rd. So always wonderful to be around such inspirational, motivational, and uh, just influential people. So I'll talk about that in a minute. But I wanted to talk to you guys today about what does it take to be competitive in the media space. And I know my ticker says we're going to see how we get getting prepared for that. But I want to talk to you today for what does it take to be competitive in the media space. And this goes for coaches, singers, actors, models, you have it, streaming networks, right? Because I always say, I'm very fond, I heard this years ago, if you don't disrupt, you get disrupted, right? So, another way to put that is if you don't take care of the problem will take care of you. And you've always got to be looking at least I know from our standpoint, we're always looking for what's next, right? And I look at it, we have a lot of creatives that we worked with over the years, from singers, actors, sorry, my dog is going crazy in the background. And it's not enough nowadays to just say, hey, here's my reel. Back in the day, you could put your reel out or you send somebody or your headshots if you were a model. And if they liked what you were doing, that was enough. And then it came to where they're like, well, what's your portfolio? I need to see your portfolio. Now, that's not just for models. That now goes for your body of work. People got to send, they've been sending in their reels, but now it's not just enough to say, oh, I was in this movie, I was in this movie. Now you got to be a triple threat. Oh, you can act. What else can you do? Because I got a million actors. Oh, you can sing? Okay, that's good. Wait, okay, you can dance, choreograph, write your own music? Okay, now I'm interested. But you like, damn, it's no longer enough to just be a one trick pony, as they would say, because you got people entering this space that are like, if they can sing, I can sing and act. Or if they can act and sing, I can sing, act, and dance. You got people, the level is always getting higher. And so it comes to a point to where I remember years ago, I was, oh my God, I was probably in the 11th grade. And I told my mother, I want to be a professional photographer. This is what I want to do, hands down. I want to do this. I want to do this. And I had probably just around the 10th grade, I think, or maybe ninth grade, I got my first camera and I was taking pictures. And I, by the grace of God, was able to actually meet a publicist who worked at an organization called the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame. They used to do an event in Oakland, California. They called it, the unofficial name was the Black Academy Awards because they had everybody from Billy D. I don't know if Diana Ross ever came, but Billy D., Louis Gossett Jr., a lot of people would come there and they would get awards. The Oscar Micheaux Award, who an Oscar Micheaux was a famous director who did movies, black films, back I think in the 20s and 30s. So they would give awards. And long story short, they got really big. In Oakland. Got to rep the brand here. They got really big, and they actually, from what I understood, they were able to hire the company that actually was producing the Oscars. Now, I just want to digress for a minute here. And that company said, Oakland's too small for you. You need to go to New York. So they moved their event from Oakland to New York. The cost was so incredibly high that they went into debt, they became insolvent, and they went out of business. So let me just talk about that for a second. They had built their fan base and built their event they were doing every year in Oakland, California. And it was black people. I remember doing the photography, and there were red, red rows, and there were lines of people down Broadway, which Paramount's on Broadway. And the limousine would pull up and the red carpet, and they would get interviewed, and they go in there. And I was on the other end of the thing, and I got to go backstage. But I'll tell you guys about that story in a second. But they really built their stuff in Oakland. But as soon as they got some success, they went and they ran to a white production company who was like, "You don't need to be here. You should go wherever the big people are at." They went there, and everything fell apart. When you have a base of fans, when you grow, do not forget who got you there. That's really important. A lot of creatives I'll see if they get there and they get. Now, I'm not saying that, okay, once you start making it, you need to stay in here and keep it real. No. If you got a family and things like that, sometimes you got to move out. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying understand that the people that support you, don't alienate them and say, well, you're not where we need to be. We need to be somewhere else. Because that's a prime example in my mind of they left Oakland and they went somewhere else who New York had everybody trying to come to New York. They got Broadway. They got all this stuff. So they were a small fish in a really huge pond, and it didn't work out. So that's just a little bit of advice right there. The other thing I want to say is that when I was doing the photography, I remember, God, I don't even know if my wife knows this, but I was probably, I think I was in the 11th grade, and there was a girl in high school that I used to always be like, hey, how you doing? And I don't know if her name was Cynthia or something. And she'd be like, hi, like totally ignoring me, not paying attention. So this one year, there's the ropes holding back all the fans. I'm on the other side of the ropes where the stars are because I'm one of the photographers. And she's like, David, David, David. And I'm like, who knows me? And I'm like, huh? She's like, it's me, Cynthia. Hey, hey. And I was like, hey, how you doing? You know, that felt so good. I'm sorry. That love me to have a little petty moment. That felt so good because I was like, and most people probably know this term, young people, but yeah, she had caught the vapors. And I swear I wanted to be like, yeah, you stay behind there in the fan area. I'm going to go walk in here with the stars. But yeah, I'm sorry. I'm off track here. What was I saying? Yes, about being competitive in the media space. Yeah, that was my petty moment. I'm sorry, but I just had to get out there. Cynthia, if you're out there, yeah, I'm in here with the stars. Okay, anyway, let me let it go. Anyway, so you got to be competitive. So you can't just be an actor who acts. I mean, unless you're a great actor, but even the best actors can do something else nowadays. Gone are the days where you could just come in there. And even if you have a person who's just a phenomenal actor, I guarantee you, and let me just digress for another second. This business, the entertainment business, is all about relationships. Don't fool yourself. There have been numerous, and I can think on, like, once again, Will Smith. Who else? Jesus, he just comes to mind because I remember in his book. But he just comes to mind. But there's a lot of people, you can look it up. There's a lot of people that said they got parts because of their relationships and their access. And you only get access with the relationship. There have been so many people, and you guys, I'm sure you've heard of this before, who they're super talented. Why haven't they made it? Oh, they sing so great. Why haven't they made it? The relationships is having relationships with the right people to get you into the right rooms to be seen. That's key. We partner with people, we put them on our network and our platform, that allows them to be seen. But the reason we partner with them is because of the relationship they may have had with somebody who brought them to our attention, or the relationship we have between us that we said, you're a great talent, let us put you on a platform that we have, that we've built, that we're paying for access to, as far as the Apples, the Rokus, the Androids, the Amazons, the Googles. We pay for monthly licensing access to get on those platforms. So we've got that access. Let's put you on and show you to a broader market. It's a relationship thing. So I say that to never discount people. I tell this story, is another one, and I want to say, I'm trying to remember specifically what it was, but it basically was this lady, and it was a small independent film. and I think I was doing some behind the scenes photography on it. And one of the actresses who came in was just like, doing the thing. She was one of the actresses on this small film, and one of the production assistants was there, and she just gave them, just treated them like dirt, like, they're just, oh my god, he's so da da da, and just talked to him and everything, and he was just a PA, and he was just, trying to get exposure and everything and learn the industry. Years later, she comes in, the same person comes in, and that PA happened to be, I think, like the first AD or something, or somewhere on a bigger budget set. And when she walked in, she did her thing. I don't think she probably recognized him. She did her thing. And it wasn't me. I'm not just saying it because it wasn't me. If it was me, I would tell you, right? But she didn't really recognize him. But when she left, he told the director, whatever it was, his experience. She was hard to work with, and she didn't get the role. She might have been really good for the role, but relationships. The person she really stepped on and felt had no value turned around, was instrumental in what could have been a big break in her career. I've had situations to when we had a pet ambulance company, people that were working for us as techs. There was one person I remember who was a no-show, didn't call, and then just quit on us, like, just for a cell phone, just quit on us. I think it was, they called up the voicemail and said, I won't be in, I'm quitting, da da da. You don't pay enough. Da, da. And we were paying like 20 an hour. But anyway, I was like, okay. About 4 years down the line, this company calls and says they are looking for a reference. And this person didn't use us as a direct reference, but we were on their resume. And the company went all the way down and was contacting former employees. And I said, well, they didn't give us notice. They quit without notice. They were late showing up. Do you think the person got that job? You never know who knows who can basically impact what you're doing years down the line. So I say that to always be kind. You see people interviews all the time where people are like, oh, that was a phenomenal director. It's great to work with them. But you've heard in the media that they hate each other. These actors hate each other, or this actor hates this director. But they're like, oh yeah, he was really great. He's just really phenomenal, because they don't want to burn that bridge. So whatever they have going on, they're still not going to let that go out into the media, because you never know what this actor or this director might have sway over their ability or their opportunity down the line. Just a nugget to remember. Now, as I said, you can't be a one-trick pony. You've got to do something to stand out. I remember watching a video, and it was funny, but it was sad, and it was of this college entrance company, and they were being recorded about how competitive it is to get into college. And people were sending in their resumes and their curriculum vitae and stuff like that. And then people were sending in their digital profiles, right? And that was when that was new. So they would say, hey, here's my link to my YouTube. And on the YouTube, they'd be talking and stuff like that. And then they put out one where somebody had a VHS tape they had sent. Some people would send, CDs and everything. And they said, does anybody have any way to play this? What? And they literally tossed it into the garbage. Now, I don't know who it was, but I was like, damn, somebody sent this stuff. They took the time to put themselves on video, and they probably poured their heart out into why they wanted to go to this college. And their chances just got tossed into the garbage because the method and medium they used to express themselves was out of phase. They didn't keep track. And then what's so sad is maybe that was all they had access to, right? If you don't have access to stuff to make yourself look at your relationships. Look who's around you in your circle and go, who do I know that has access? I need to be on a camera, and I need to get this kind of reel, but it needs to be, as a brand profile or something. It needs to be something that's cutting edge. It has the links to, if you're a singer, to my Spotify. It has the links to my performances. It has a interview with me so they can see that I'm talking, I'm articulate, I'm intelligent. Who do I know that can film that and do that? If you can't do it yourself, look in your circle and say, who can do this? Use that relationship. And it's not that you're using them. Of course, you want to give back, pay them for what they're doing if you can. If you can, you can say, look, I can't do this, but if I get this job, it pays this, and I'll do that. See what you can do. And based upon the strength of your relationship, they'll either say yes, or they'll be like, no, because maybe you used them for something else or you didn't come through for that. So now your track record is such that now that door is closed. But at least you'll know, right? You got to be stay competitive. We are a streaming television network. We know there's a lot of people in this space. When we first got started, this was new and it was novel and everything. But as time went on, more people came into the space. So do we go, oh well, I guess it's a wrap for us? No. We said, what do we do? How do we pivot? How do we offer value in this space? You got to be competitive. And we've created some things that I won't go into here, but that are really incredible. They really focus around our core competencies, which is broadcast and production. And we stay competitive, and we're always looking to see, okay, who can we partner with? How can we use our resources? And we're about to do a thing today where we're reaching out to some of our resources in the past to say, hey, we have a new product, and we think it'd be great for you. You always got to be like, what is here, real estate ABC? Always be closing. Well, I would say ABS, always be selling. And you've got to really make sure that you're always looking for the mindset, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? And so now, once again, here comes the shameless plug, and I ain't ashamed of it. Here comes my plug. If you are an actor, a singer, a creative, you want to go to onstageplus.com and join. It's free, but you want to be in the rooms with people that are in the industry, people that are in the industry, whether it's personal development, speaking, acting, music. Okay, you want to be in the rooms to talk to those. Social media is fine. I'm not saying close on your account and just open up an account at onstageplus.com, but I'm saying that's onstageplus.com. We created to be your personal development platform, to develop you as an entertainer, as a thought leader, as a coach. If you're looking for that, because they say iron sharpens iron. Okay, so I want to say, if you're looking for that kind of thing, make sure you got a profile or a fan, even or a membership, and it's free. Now, there's super fans we have classified. You're going to get more access, but your fans, you're going to get access to stuff too. So start as a fan, and when you see the value and everything, spend the $4 and become a super fan. But I guarantee you, you're not. It's not going to be about drifting. It's going to be about helping you be better tomorrow than you were today. And that's all I got to say about that. But anyway, I just want to say that stay competitive. Look around you. See who's in your network. Level up. When I use that word, it seems so cliche because everybody's talking about it. But I'm telling you guys, it's 2024. It's never too late to say, I might not have did my stuff January 1st, but it's March 14th, and I'm doing it now. And that's okay. And that's okay. But just do it. All right? Well, I got to get back to doing my work because I'm leveling up. And I can't level up myself and tell you should level up if I ain't done it myself. So, with that being said, please put in the comments what you guys would like me to talk about next. I'm always open with anything you like to address. If I don't know, I'll ask somebody who does, and I'll find out and I'll get back to you. All right, you guys, thank you very much. And remember, go to onstageplus.com, join for free, and let us start really helping you to level up to where you were always meant and deserve to be. All right? That's all I got to say about that, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.